This is a demonstration of the technology we're calling forced auto stall for the Generation 1 Honda Insight. So this is a car that comes equipped from the factory with an technology called auto stop, which is pretty common today in cars, but this is one of the first, it may be the first car in the year 2000 that had this technology. But the idea is when you are stopped or stopping, the car will turn the engine off so that the gasoline consumption is cut, and that helps you with good gas mileage. So that was one of the tricks the Honda Insight used back when it came out in 2000 to 2006, the first generation, and again, that's become commonplace. Nowadays, what people have done to hack this car, there's a number of different technologies that have been created using various means, but they've created a forced auto stop where you can cause the car to auto stop like it is right now at any time, and that will save you gas. So this car, my car in particular, I have extensive videos on my lithium conversion, but I am equipped with not only a lithium conversion, and again, check my channel if you have interest in that. LiNsight, LINSIGHT.org is the website of the gentleman that makes this product. Not only does this car have the lithium battery conversion, but it also has what's called LiControl, lithium control, which these three buttons you see here enable the car to have some other special features. And one of those special features, in addition to giving you manual control of the battery through this knob right here, you also have the ability to do what's called forced auto stop, which basically duplicates the or forced auto stall rather, which basically duplicates auto stop. So I'm going to demonstrate how that works. And for me, it allows me to achieve probably about a 5 to 7% jump in miles per gallon per tank using the technology. So it works when you're coasting down a hill, and what you do is you're driving along, you A, put the car in neutral, B, you're going to put the car in 2 mode, number 2 there, and then C, you're going to take your rotator dial for your throttle, and you're going to completely pull it back. Doing those 3 things takes just a second, and that will immediately cut the engine, and the car will force auto stall, and then you will see wonderful MPGs. So I'm going to demonstrate that now. So first step is to put the car back in first, which, as you see, turn the engine back on, and then we will roll away here. And so this enables you to basically achieve like 200 miles per gallon for short periods of time, as long as you're going downhill. And so that averaged into your normal MPGs will increase them. So I'm going to go ahead and just reset this trip odometer for us, just so we have a control. So we're 0 now. So coasting along here, and I'm going to crest this hill, and then I will show forced auto stall. So here we are, we're coasting along. We've gone 0.2 miles, coming up to a red light. Gonna jump over this hill, and then I'll demonstrate. Letting the car regenerate. Got a green light. Almost time. Here we go. And again, this is something you'll do when you're going down a hill, obviously, because that's when it'll be usable. So I'm going to accelerate just a little bit now. Then I'm going to put the car in neutral, mode number 2, pull back on the dial, and as you can see, my oil light comes on, and that is, there's nothing wrong with the oil. That is just the signal that the car is off, as you can see. And we have 0 RPMs. We are now coasting along in engine off coast, is what I like to call this. So at this point, we're cruising along. Car is in neutral, going down a hill. For me, my typical work commute is about 11 miles either way. And so for me, I can coast with the engine off for usually about 1 to maybe 1.5 of those 11 miles per way. So if you just imagine the efficiency that's gained, if you want to be crazy and super nerdy about these kinds of things, I find it quite fascinating. So I'm still coasting. The speed limit is 45. Here we go. And for me, again, this just happens to be a part of my commute where I can coast for about a mile either way and not use any gas. still coasting. This car is incredibly efficient, and the drag coefficient is 0.25. Now at this point, I'm going up a hill, so I'm going to re-enable the engine. You can see the RPMs just jumped again. And now I am using the engine once again. I could just use the electric motor only if I wanted. LiControl allows me to do that. But for demonstration purposes, we're just going to drive like normal. Second gear. And pulling in toward the end of my commute. Another little downhill here. I could off-coast, or engine off-coast, but I'm not going to. Just being somewhat normal driving here. And as you can see, it's registering 150 miles per hour. It's actually, that's the highest it will register. It's probably more than that. We're probably averaging about 200 miles an hour right now, maybe more, who knows. And then I've got another little hill here through my neighborhood that I can coast. So you don't actually see, okay, there we are at 135.8. So it averaged out a little bit as I have been using gas for the last little while. Engine off coast again. As you can see, oil light came on, and that's just because the car thinks that it doesn't have any oil pressure, which I guess in essence it doesn't, so it's telling me that. But there's nothing wrong. The car's off. This is essentially auto stop. It's just a different way to achieve it. So we are still engine off. We've gone 2.5 miles on this little experiment. I'm now coasting through my neighborhood. Probably shouldn't be going 35. I think the speed limit is 25. But we do things. Coasting here. Almost at the end of our trip, which will be about 3 miles. Which through this demonstration you'll observe most of that is with the engine off. And again, this is just a trick you can do. It doesn't really affect my driving at all. I mean, if someone were to stop in front of me, I would have to stop my little experiment here. But usually that doesn't happen. So now we're coasting through the neighborhood at 24 miles per gallon, or 24 miles per hour. And coming into the home stretch. Car is still off. Of course, the disadvantage of this is you don't get regenerative braking. So now I'm pulling into the house, so I'm going to just go ahead and turn the engine back on so I can not have to completely coast into my driveway. Have a little bit of engine here if I need it. We are home, and park him right here in the shade where he's happy. So, all right, I went into neutral, the car auto stopped, and now I'm going to just average this out one more time. So essentially we went 3.1 miles there. We averaged 150 miles an hour, which again, it was more than that. If I switch to kilometers, that'll give us a more accurate readout. But 5 kilometers, we used 1.5 kilos. So yeah, that's the demonstration of auto stop, forced auto stop for the Generation 1 Insight. Hope that made sense, and appreciate you watching. Peace. God bless you.